So I'm forcing myself on another depression walk, as I call it, because I haven't really been doing it in the past few weeks because I've been feeling suicidal again, which is no surprise because I feel like even if I did fully recover from depression, I still have nothing to live for, and I still think I'm a waste of time, among other things. And with my fatigue, still going through that, and I just didn't feel like doing much. Um, Actually didn't feel like doing this today, but I finally forced myself to go out on a nice walk, and I think nature really is healing. No people, or at least rarely, in these trails, which is nice because my social anxiety is still a work in progress, which means hardly any progress. But in terms of the suicidal thoughts, at least I'm at a point. I feel like the only improvement I made in that department is that I can have the thoughts, but I will never act on it. Not anymore, because I try to use positive coping skills. One of them would be this rubber band. And what you do is, if I have suicidal thoughts, or if I'm stressed, or anxious, or just in the self-harming mood, I take the rubber band and I pull on it and then snap it back on my arm, which means that I'm hurting myself without hurting myself. And it really does work. But of course, sometimes it does become unbearable to the point where I feel like that doesn't work, because I had a knife on my wrist the other day. But it's nothing to worry about. It's just a butter knife. It wasn't going to do anything. But I didn't do anything with the knife. I just put on up my wrist and wish I can go back to the good old days where I used to actually cut my wrist when I was around 25, 24, early 20s. But I don't do that shit anymore, which is unfortunate because I feel like I deserve it. I make mistakes. I fail at everything I try. It's just fucking pointless. If I'm gonna fail at everything, I might as well be dead. But unfortunately, I can't explain it. It's like I'm just moving on away from it. Like, I'm not meant to hurt myself, or not meant to die this way. I'm here because I have a plan. I'm here because God wants me here. And I can't beat that. So I think I'll just work on recovery as hard as it is. Because trust me, I didn't even want to come out. I got some snacks, went to the apartment. That gives me pure hell and makes me wish I hang myself. I'm not sure if I referred to this in one of my earlier vlogs, but I usually refer to my apartment as my cemetery because it's a good place to kill myself. No one will even know. That's why I need to move out of there. But I think I'll just talk about that another time. And instead talk about the positives, because thinking positive is not my forte. So one of the positive things I've done, at least this week, was, I went to see my doctor. I actually had a physical yesterday. Actually made it on time. And had a physical, and then, of course, I told him I was having suicidal thoughts, but I wasn't acting out on it. And he reverted my medication. Okay, yeah, it's pretty loud here. I think I'll walk back. Anyway, he reverted my medication back to Wellbutrin, I think the other one is called bupropion, or I don't know. The medication I was on before was at its highest, and it wasn't doing too much except making me not as suicidal, which I guess is better than nothing. And I almost let this, almost didn't go just because I was reminded why I shouldn't be alive in the first place. I was walking down the street, and of course, when people walk by, either they get full of hatred or they mock me, because there's no other options. No hello, no just walk by me without saying any bad comments. I don't get that. I get bad comments, mockery, that sort of thing, and a couple of girls passed me by, started laughing at me. I don't know why, and this happens all the time. That's why I don't like walking on the street at all. That's because, of course I have to walk on a sidewalk. I don't have a car. And it was only like a couple of blocks, but I couldn't go down one block with people just laughing at me. Like I don't understand why people, I can't go, it seems like that's what makes this whole thing harder. How can I go outside more often when people do nothing but insult me? No compliments, it's one thing, you don't know a person, you just walk by them, that's fine, that's normal. But to point and laugh, and I let haters get to me. They're the reason why I thought I was an abomination, and I should put myself to death. Where do you think I got that from? Didn't always believe that. I don't now. Although I get those thoughts, I just kind of toss them aside and saying, that's just my depression talking. That's what concerns me. How can I recover and then, or let alone want to recover, when there's a bunch of haters ready to make a mockery out of me? I don't understand how that's going to work. Every time I'm laughed at or insulted, it brings me more down. It says, okay, fine. This is the reason why I shouldn't be alive, because my face brings out the hatred out of everyone. Notice why I don't want to do any face shots now? Because maybe I'm that ugly. So ugly I can't bring out any. I think I'm just disgusting. That's what it is. I'm disgusting, and people are not afraid to tell me that in their own passive-aggressive way. I don't know. I have a long way to go. And, I put myself in a panic. Well, I call it kind of a mini panic attack because it wasn't that severe. Because I want to rush my depression. I have a growing interest in life, but at the same time, I'm still stuck in the middle. Like, I want to live and I want to die at the same time. Because I think death is beneficial for me to be happy. Because there's no way I can be happy while I'm alive. I want to be alive because I want to give myself a second chance and kind of explore what life has to offer and what it's about. What do I do with it? It's just, I'm stuck in the middle. And I think I'll be that way for a while until, as my depression starts to break down. Because I do think it is weakening, but it's still severe. Like, I can't just go one day and say, oh, I'm happy and I'm carefree, I'm ready to take on the world. Because even with that, there's still my social anxiety. I get nervous and scared when I'm around people, especially when I'm walking down the street. People are in their cars looking at me, and I get scared. I get terrified, and I usually, I may look like a idiot when I do this, but when people are in their cars and they look in my direction, I always turn my head the other way, because I don't want them to see my face. Because my face is pretty much disgusting. It's the reason why people hate me. So I just say fuck it. You know, look the other way when cars are around. Look the other way if there's other people on the sidewalk going towards your direction. And that's if I don't take the long way route. Like, say I'm walking down this path, like right now, and there's someone coming down this way, like my direction. I will take the longest way possible. Well, I don't think it's really possible in this area, but if I was in that open field over there, and there's people over there, I will go the longest way around them, whether I look like stupid doing it or not. So, yeah. I mean, I made some progress, but I guess I just want to say, at least I did go to my appointment. We're starting to lose track here. The point is, despite the fact that I was laughed at, and it was making me feel suicidal because, once again, I'm reminded that my face is completely disgusting to everyone that is alive. Despite that, I still went to my doctor's appointment, and unfortunately, I'm very forgetful. Depression makes me forget things quickly, so I forgot to get my meds. But that's okay. I'll get it tomorrow. I'll get it tomorrow. I'll make sure of that. It's like, 7 o'clock now? So the pharmacy should be closed. But, let's see, what else? Because I don't work, I don't get income. I don't work because I'm depressed. Although I want to work on this so I can go back to work. And I guess that's actually something I should have mentioned before, but I don't do vlogs often because, again, my fatigue makes me say just don't do shit. My depression say don't do anything. But one of the things that I feel like as I'm getting better and looking forward to is I'm actually looking forward to going back to work. So that's a progress, because before I just wanted to kill myself off. I actually did not go to Gay Pride this year because I felt like I wanted to kill myself there. Because I did try doing that once before by jumping off a bridge, but obviously I didn't do it. But that was my very first experience of going to Gay Pride's almost suicide attempt. So I'm looking forward to going back to work. That's the thing though. That's what I'm depressed about, because with depression and everything, I don't have a lot of skills. But here's the thing. I do have a skill that I want to develop, which would obviously be photography. In fact, before I started taking this video, this vlog, was actually taking a few pictures over there. And I want to bring my photography intros back to put I can't talk, to put in front of my obviously in front of the vlogs. Used to do them until I figured I was being childish and I was wasting time, so I stopped doing them. But now I want to do them again because I love photography, and I know I'm not the best photographer, especially since I haven't really done anything in over a decade, because I prefer to be killed off. But I guess that's two things to look forward to as my depression, as I continue to work on that. Is that I want to get back into photography and eventually find a retail job or something to keep me busy until I can get myself back to school. But honestly, that's just too much to deal with. Like, it's too much to think about right now, because I'm not even recovered, really. It took a lot just for me to come outside. So I'm looking forward to the future, but for now, the only thing I care about is getting myself better. because at this point, what choice do I have? I'm not going to commit suicide anymore. I'm not going to want to live that lifestyle for the rest of my life. So I might as well just focus on mental health for the time being until I feel like I can take a bigger step. Because when I can't leap to the next phase in life. I have to basically walk, because if I leap or jump, I'm going to panic, just like I did a few days ago. Because I feel like my depression recovery is too slow, and I'm too old for my depression recovery to go at such a slow pace. At least that's what I feel like. But I think I'm starting to see that I really do need to take a lot of time, because this is like a transitioning out of one lifestyle into hopefully a better one, more positive lifestyle. So I think for now, just focus on recovery, focus on more positive coping skills. That's actually what I wanted to say. So another positive thing I want to do is go to festivals. Actually today, and throughout this weekend, today's Friday, so Saturday and Sunday as well, there's an Irish festival in St. Paul, which I've been to for the first time last year. But the reason why I want to skip out on it this year is because there's a Japanese festival going on later in the month, and I've never been to the state fair before in Minnesota. These are two good places I can go to try to get myself to being used to around people, because I feel like I said earlier, I think my depression is, while it's still severe, it's also weakening, because I'm seeing things in a more realistic way. I can't just lock myself in my apartment all day, an apartment that gives me hell every single day, that makes me want to commit suicide. I can't just do that. If I want to help myself, I need to get out, at least a little bit at a time, which is why I'm out here now. And, I don't have a lot of money, a little bit, but not a lot, so I want to save it for new experiences, which is why I want to skip out on the Irish festival and go to a Japanese one, which I believe is, I don't remember what it's called. It's like they do a lightning festival, but they do other stuff like dance performances and activities and what the hell. I'm attracted to Japanese culture, and when I'm less depressed, maybe I'll start, learning more about it. But I can barely do shit right now as it is. I already said I only do a short walk, so I don't think I'm going to even go past that. I think I'm just going to turn back around after I'm done and just go back to the apartment. The one place that I don't get any peace from. And considering I'm still suffering mental illness, and as much as I want to go through it, I really shouldn't be living in a place that is actually keeping me miserable. But that's for another vlog. I can talk about that another time. But I'm looking forward to the festival. Oh, here's the thing that I'm going to probably be upset about. Okay, so because you know how I talked about how I was I was struggling a lot with my suicidal thoughts the past few weeks. Well, because of this, I didn't realize that I should have gotten my Eclipse sunglasses during this time, because they are sold out everywhere. I've looked online, and okay, when you shop online, because I used to be quite a shopaholic, there's usually always at least one place or two that you could go. If one website doesn't have it, another one always will. But of course, my top online shopping experience is always Amazon, and they usually I can't even think of a time where I wanted something from Amazon and they ran out. I honestly can't. But sunglasses are like gone. It's like they don't exist because they are all sold out. And because I just wanted to focus more on my depression and how I felt like I don't deserve to live, I kind of missed out on the opportunity. So the one life moment that could have been a big boost for me, I'm gonna miss out on. But here's the thing: we are living in a very technical age, which means, like, for example, there was an eclipse a few years ago that, for the most part, was seen. I don't think it was even seen in the United States. I think it was just on the other side of the world somewhere. I can't tell you a location because I don't even remember where. My memory sucks bad. But through social media, through YouTube, and they were able to share video and pictures of this. And so that's why I'm trying not to be too down if I can't watch the eclipse on August 21st of this month, because I can witness this through social media. In fact, I was just on the NASA website today, and they said they're doing a 4-hour eclipse show. So I can still witness it in some other form, but I still won't be able to experience it. With some sunglasses. Now there is one website, that I found that's still selling them. I want to make sure that they're legit and do more research on it, but it looks like it's the certified one that you need to protect your eyes, because you can't just wear regular sunglasses. Has to be special ones to protect your eyes from the sun's rays. So I'm hoping that I don't miss out on this. That's a possibility because I wasn't focused on it. When I'm depressed and I get down, I don't think about nothing but how to keep me miserable. Death is preferred. My death. Because who gives a shit about me? So I'm gonna go to the library tomorrow, look more on this, and they already said that they can ship the glasses out on Monday. I just hope it can get here before, the eclipse, because, let's see, by Monday, it's Friday now, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and the eclipse happens in 9 days from now, or 10. So 9, 8, 7, around 7 days, 8 days. So it'll be 8 more days, 8 or 7 by the time they'll ship it out. So if I am able to order it tomorrow, and this is the real sunglasses, I definitely want to see this. Now, because I'm in Minnesota, it's going to be a partial one. So, but the good news besides that is that it's still going to be 86% covered. So yeah, I won't get the full experience, but at least I get to experience anything, any percentage. That's what I need right now. And if I am like I said, I think if I'm able to still see this in some other form, I won't feel as bad, but it still won't be as good as the real thing. So, who knows? I need this moment, I need this moment because I've been depressed for the last 15 years. That's literally half of my lifetime. I want one good moment like this. And so that's something positive that I want to look forward to. And hopefully, despite me waiting till the last minute for basically mental health reasons, because I was depressed and think about nothing but wishing I was dead because I'm useless type of thoughts, because I really do get occupied once those thoughts get in my head. they're very hard to fight off. I'm hoping despite that I can still have this moment, because I really do deserve it. Because I think with my increasing will to want to live, despite the fact that there's still some parts of me that wishes I was dead, because I'm useless to this world. I cannot be loved. I will never have friends again. I will always be completely alone, despite the fact that I'm a loner and I don't need a whole social circle. Yeah, there's a lot of negatives with me wanting to live. Like, there's negative reasons if I stayed alive, but at the same time, I want to explore it more. It's confusing, and I don't want to miss out on this eclipse fad, which I have to tell you, I'm kind of shocked that so many people are interested in this. Because when you talk about eclipse and meteor showers, you would think, oh, no one's going to be interested in that because they'll consider it too nerdy or whatever. I am shocked that so many people are interested in this. Like, hotels, like I checked online, you can't get a hotel in any of the full solar eclipse cities because they're all out. They're sold out. There's not a room available. I checked. And so that's why I'm kind of surprised at, but let's just hope I can experience one good thing. You know, that and the 2 festivals I mentioned. So I think if I can have a reason to get out of the one apartment I would love to kill myself in, I think eventually I will be better off. Eventually.